Hello children, how are you all? Hope you are fine and good. I am a teacher Dakshayani from Bharadasnar Metric Higher Secondary School, Arakodam. Children, today we are going to see 11th standard zoology chapter 3, tissue level of organization. In the previous session, what are all the things we discussed, children? In the same chapter, we have discussed about the epithelium. We have discussed about the epithelium and types of epithelium. Types of epithelium, what are all the types of epithelial tissues we studied, children? About the simple, it is divided into two, one is simple and compound. And what is the main function of epithelium? The main function of epithelium is protection. Protection, and apart from this, some epithelial tissues are helpful in filtration, absorption, secretion and so on. And we have discussed about the types of epithelium, that is simple and compound. Simple, again we divided into simple squamous, cuboidal, columnar and pseudostratified epithelium. Likewise, we studied about the classification of compound epithelium also. And in this session, we are going to discuss about the another type of tissues, that is connective tissues. So, connective tissues. What do you mean by connective tissues, children? In the germ layers, there are ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm, right? So, the mesodermal derivatives, the connective tissues are formed from the mesoderm. Mesoderm. And the main function of connective tissues is binding, support, for example bones which are helpful in support, next blood, and it is also responsible for transportation. So, the mesodermal derivatives are connective tissues, and connective tissues are helpful in binding, support, transportation and so on. And the connective tissues consist of a fibroblast, the collagen fibers and the elastin fibers. Many fibers are present in the connective tissue. For example, if you take a connective tissue, it consists of many cells. It consists of many cells and ground substance, right? Ground substance is a fluid substance which is present in between the cells, and also the fibroblast cells, that is the fibers. The fibers are arranged and bundled together to form the fibroblast. So, what are all the constituents, what are the components of the connective tissue, children? Again, the cells, the ground substance and the fibers. And fibers are of many types: elastin fibers, collagen fibers and reticular fibers. And now we are going to see about the types of connective tissues. The connective tissues, we can classify them into three major groups. One is a loose connective tissue, The another type is dense connective tissue, and the last one is specialized connective tissue, that is specialized tissue. And again, the loose connective tissue is divided into three categories. One is areolar, the second one is adipose, and the third one is reticular. reticular. And again the dense connective tissue is divided into three types. The first one is dense regular, dense regular. Second one is dense irregular, dense irregular, and the third one is elastic fibers, elastic tissues. And the specialized tissues are again three types: cartilage, bone, and blood. Bone and blood. So, what are all the three types of tissues, children? Connective tissues are of three types: loose, dense and specialized, and each is divided into three types. And now let us see one by one. So, the first one we are going to see is areolar tissue. Areolar tissue, it is the first type of loose connective tissue, and here the cells are loosely packed. Cells are loosely packed, and they are found beneath the skin. Where they are located, children? Beneath the skin. Beneath the skin, and it consists of fibroblast cells. It consists of fibroblast cells, and then the macrophages and the mast cells, and and apart from this many fibers are present, and here this tissue is in a semi-fluid condition, right? The ground substance is semi-fluid, and hence we can call this areolar tissue also as tissue fluid. It is also aptly called as tissue fluid because of its nature. And what is the function of this areolar tissue? It is found beneath the skin, and it helps in the storage of water and minerals. Storage of water and minerals is the main function of this areolar tissue. So, where is the what is the cell arrangement, children? It is loosely packed, and it is found beneath the skin. So, areolar tissue. And next we are going to see about the adipose tissue. It is the second type of loose connective tissue. The adipose tissue is also called as a fat tissue. Is also called as a fat tissue. Majority is fats, right? You see, just see the image, children. It is found beneath the skin, same as areolar. It is also located below the under the skin, and it consists of fat cells. The majority is a fat. In adipose tissues, the majority, nearly 90% of the substance space is occupied by the fats, and remaining only the cell membrane and the nucleus. So, what is the main function of this is a storage of fat. Storage of fat. When there are excess nutrients in our body, children, it is stored as fat, and when a person is fasting, right, these fats are converted into energy and it is used as a fuel. So, the main function of the adipose tissue is storage of fats. And where are these adipose tissues formed? The adipose tissue is formed above the kidneys, located above the kidneys, and it is also located above the heart. So, these are all the places where this adipose tissues is located. And next we are going to see about the different types of adipose tissue. I told you that the adipose tissues is also called as a fat tissue. So, we are going to differentiate between the white fat and the brown fat. White fat and brown fat. It is an important question, children. Right. So, first one, what is the other name of white fat, right? The white adipose tissues, the white adipose tissue, it is another name of white fat. white adipose tissue. As well as here, what is the brown fat? The brown adipose tissue is otherwise called as brown fat. So, brown adipose tissue. Brown adipose tissue. And the another important thing is that here less, when compared to brown fat, here only less mitochondria is there. So, here less mitochondria, less mitochondria, but here more mitochondria, more mitochondria is present. And here the another important function is that the white fat only stores the fat, only the fat is stored here, stores fat, but the main function of the brown fat is that it utilizes the fat, it utilizes the fat and provides energy, and it is also responsible for the non-shivering thermogenesis in the neonates. In a newborn child, it is responsible for the non-shivering thermogenesis, that is a body temperature is maintained by this brown fat. It is an important question, children. Differentiate between the white fat and the brown fat. And next type of loose connective tissue is a reticular tissues, right? The reticular tissues, it is also same, children, as a areolar and adipose. It also has a collagen fibers, and also it has a fibroblast cells. And what is the main function? Where are these reticular tissues are located? We can say it is located in the spleen. It is located in spleen. It is located at bone marrow, and especially the lymphoidal organs. In the lymphoidal organs, what type of tissue is present, children? Is reticular tissues. It consists of loosely packed cells with the ground tissues and the fibers, collagen fibers is present. So, this is the structure of reticular. So far we discussed about the types of loose connective tissue: areolar, adipose and reticular. And now we are going to discuss about the dense connective tissue. And I told you dense means what, children? Tightly packed. Dense means tightly packed. Tightly packed, and it also contains a fibroblast cells. And here this dense connective tissue is again divided into three categories. We discussed, children, what are they? Dense, regular, dense, irregular, and the third one is elastic. So, these are all the three types of dense connective tissues. Now, let us see one by one. So, the first one is dense regular connective tissue. So, based on their arrangement, they are classified as regular and irregular. For example, in the case of regular connective tissues, you see, children, the cells are arranged parallel to each other. The arrangement of the tissues is parallel and it is densely packed, and the pattern of arrangement is regular. And where do these regular connective tissues are present? These are present in tendons and ligaments, that is between the bone to bone connections and between the bone to muscle connection. In between there, this dense regular connective tissues is present. They are said to be regular based on their pattern of arrangement. You can see they are parallel, right? They are parallel to each other and they are densely packed. So, dense regular connective tissues. And next we are going to see about the dense irregular connective tissue. Just here see children, it is arranged in a irregular pattern. It is not parallel to each other. They are arranged. One is arranged like this, like this, like this. The pattern of arrangement is irregular, right? So such a irregular pattern of arrangement we say it as dense irregular connective tissues. And dense irregular connective tissues is also found in our kidneys, right. So these are all the organs where the dense irregular connective tissues are present. And next we are going to see about the elastic connective tissues. And the elastic connective tissues is found, and especially the dense irregular connective tissue is also found in the nerve cells, right, surrounding the nerves. And here the elastic connective tissues, elastic means just imagine a rubber band children, when you stretch it, what happens? It expands, and when you relax it, when you loose it, what happens? Automatically it recoils to its original shape and position. Likewise, the muscles where the stretching takes place. For example, it is found in the arteries, and you can see in the lungs, right. What happens children? Lungs, during the inspiration we inhale, right, that time the size of the lungs is increased, and automatically when we exhale the lungs come back to its original position. Likewise, arteries also, when blood flow is there, it is tugged, it is strong. When the blood flow is not there, automatically it becomes flattened, right. So this arrangement, this movement of the arteries and the lungs is possible only due to the elastic connective tissue present in it. So we discussed about the dense connective tissues. In the dense we discussed about the dense regular, dense irregular, and the third one is elastic connective tissues. And the last type of connective tissue is the specialized connective tissue. And apart from binding and support, some of the tissues also function for giving a proper shape to our body, helps in transportation of nutrients, collecting the wastes. Such type of specialized tissues we say it as specialized connective tissues, and they are divided into, we can divide the specialized connective tissues into three. One is cartilage, bones and blood. So what are the three types of connective tissue children? Cartilage, bones and blood. So first one we are going to discuss about the cartilage. First, where are the cartilage located children? Cartilage is located on a tip of our nose, in the pin of the ear, and in between the vertebral column, and in between the two bones. The cartilage is located. And what is the function of the cartilage? It helps in making the bone flexible, right. For example, a bone cannot bend, but the cartilage which is present in between can bend. Likewise, and the cartilage is made up of special type of cells, right, called as chondrocytes. Chondrology is the study of cartilage. So the cells of the cartilage we say it as chondrocytes. Yes, the chondrocytes you can see they are packed, and there the space in between them we call it as lacuna. This cartilage makes the tissue very flexible, right. So flexible, and where are this connective tissues? This cartilage is very helpful. The cartilage tissues helpful. For example, our vertebral column is made of many separate bones called as vertebra, and each vertebra is connected by the cartilage only. So the cartilage is a special type of connective tissue. And the another type of connective tissue is a bone, right. The bones you can see children, they are right, these bone cells we call it as osteocytes. And the osteocytes are located in a cavity. This cavity we call it as lacunae. Lacunae. And what is the main function of this bone, children? They gives us support, they gives us strength, and it gives shape to our body. And apart from this, bone has many functions. The one important function is that it's a storage of calcium. It stores calcium. And the another important function is that the production of lymphocytes, that is the immunity cells and the blood cells are produced from the bone marrows only. So, it is the site from where the blood cells as well as the lymphocytes are formed. Lymphocytes are formed. So, bone. And the another type of connective tissue is the blood, right? Blood we call it as a fluid connective tissue. Fluid connective tissue. And there are many types of blood cells. The first one is WBC, right? The WBC is divided into 5 types. First, what is WBC, children? White blood corpuscles, right? It is divided into monocyte, eosinophils, basophils, lymphocytes and neutrophils. And what are the main function of WBC? It helps our body to produce antibodies at the time of infection. The main function of WBC is immunity. And the another important types of cell is the RBC, red blood corpuscles, or it is also called as erythrocytes. And what this RBC gives red color to our blood. There are millions of RBCs in our blood. And what is the main function of this RBC? Yes, RBC has a pigment called hemoglobin and it helps us in binding the oxygen, right? And the last one is platelets. The platelets are responsible for blood clotting, right? So, these are all the blood cells which is present in the blood, and blood majority of portion is plasma, the fluid which is present in the blood we call it as plasma. And what is the function of this blood, children? It gives warmth to our body, it supplies nutrients to our body, and it also collects the wastes from the organs. So, we discussed about the 3 types of specialized connective tissues. One is a cartilage, another one is a blood, and another one is a bone. And now we are going to discuss about some of the connective tissue disorders, right? If there is any disorders in the connective tissues, and some of the disorders are heritable, that is they pass from one generation to another, they are heritable, right? And just you see this, children, it is said to be the Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, that is loss of collagen, right? If you pick any skin, right, the collagen we say it is found in our connective tissues. If this collagen is absent, we can find many loose folds of skin in the neck region, right? Next, this is a Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And the another important disorder that spreads from one generation to another is a Stickler syndrome. Just you see, children, it is also due to the defect of the collagen and it results in facial abnormalities, right? So, these are all the 2 disorders, connective tissue disorders which are heritable. Another we are going to study is autoimmune disorders, children. It is our immune system functions against our own body, and the 2 disorders, and it is also caused due to the lack of connective tissue. The first one is rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis, you can see the swollen joints, right? Swollen joints, you can see this is a disorder called as rheumatoid arthritis. And another one is a Sjogren's syndrome. What is Sjogren's syndrome, children? The person is unable to produce tears and saliva, that is dry eyes and dry mouth. That is also due to the lack of connective tissues, but these 2 diseases are autoimmune. So children, let us recap what are all the things we studied. We discussed about the connective tissues. We discussed about the connective tissues, and then we discussed about the three types of connective tissues, that is loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue and specialized connective tissue, right. And in this, each category is divided into again three types, and we discussed what are they. This is the assessment given related to this topic, children. Just go through it. With this session comes to an end. In the description we have attached the study material, assessment and question bank for this lesson. Go through it. Have a nice day, children.